Always happy to have our friend Chris Black from Pace Setters back from the field and in studio to talk soccer with us for what I think is fair to call a rivalry week for girls and boys soccer. If we start on the girls' side, Anthony Wayne entered this week at 11-0. They've got Straunsville on Saturday, a rematch of the state semifinals, and a game the Generals have to be chomping at the bit to win.
Yeah, you look at what happened the last 2 years, 2 losses to Strongsville in 2020. You know, the year before, Anthony Wayne had Strongsville's number, 2 wins that year against Strongsville, so maybe a little bit of back and forth they're hoping for. So it's a great test for this Anthony Wayne team who's running through Northwest Ohio right now. But at the same time, they still need to take care of their NLL duties that are coming up.
Generals are ranked number 2 in the OSSCA poll. Straunsville is 14th, so that's going to be a great matchup in terms of the implication that it has for the state. And when we talk about the boys, Southview hasn't lost this season either, continuing to be impressive. They beat Northview on Tuesday night in the Battle of Sylvania. How high do you think the ceiling is for that group?
Well, you know, the big oddity is you take out the track games. They've tied 4 track teams, and then you're wondering, all right, what's the consistency? Are they just getting up for certain games? What a great result for them against Northview, 4-1. Can they keep building up the teammates around really their top players, get that team a little bit deeper? Those tournament runs are so difficult. That staff has a lot of experience. They were around going all the way to the state finals years ago. How does Andy Kufel keep them ready, build the team up a little bit, get to the playoffs?
You want to start peaking right about now. And over in college, Toledo continuing to build some momentum as they start MAC play. They've got 3 wins in a row heading into games against Kent State and Ohio, and they seem to be doing it with a balanced group, right? That talent is spread all over the board.
Yeah, so they've got their next MAC test tomorrow with Kent State at Paul Hotmer Field. So they've spread out the goal scoring even more. Grace Tursky getting on the scoring ledger for their first time collegiately with a really nice goal last weekend. They're starting to get more players back too. You've got so many kids coming off of dealing with injuries. Alex Troy's playing a little bit more. We saw Mojo Medali do such a great job in her change role. She looks like she's still fine with it, really performing well. So they've got to keep that energy, cohesion that Coach Buchholz has really built over there, because their results have been fantastic so far.
Other teams aren't scoring either. They've allowed 1 goal in their last 7 games. Emma Butterwick has been fantastic between the pipes. The BG men, they're ranked number 17 in the country, and they're doing it with a couple of great players. One of those, Kyle Cusimano, just received some national recognition.
Yeah, that was really cool to see. Top Drawer Soccer Team of the Week in the nation. He was part of both game-winning goals last week against Detroit Mercy and Canisius. And Canisius has been a problem for a lot of top teams in the nation, so that is a very solid win, 2-1 for them. But yet we saw 2 straight weeks with some national accolades for that program on their players, so that definitely shows it. BGSU, we forget how big of a program it's been over 30 years. They just happen to be in a phenomenal conference also with Akron. BGSU is getting it done, fun to watch. Totally appreciate Coach Eric Nichols recruiting heavily in Northwest Ohio as well. So that's fun to see what our players are doing at the next level.
It's a busy time of the season, especially with all the weather, too, for you guys at Pace Setters.
Oh, boy, yeah. Still working through the reschedules for last weekend. Brian Hall and the crew out at Sylvania Rec did a phenomenal job getting fields cleared off in the last week. Trying to get those reschedules in, and then, you know, we got kids going to New York this weekend in the GLA, so that's a big one. Unfortunately, had to reschedule some of our ECNL games as well last weekend, but, you know, that's what it is. USOC, you just got to keep going, grind it out, go on to the next one, and make sure you're putting those kids in a better place to succeed